Hey everyone, Austin over at Oxford, coming to you with another video. This year we have new 2025 tax summary sheets available, just as the previous years we have. I've got both here for you, and we're going to go through a couple of the numbers that have been updated, and actually a key provision. I guess I wouldn't call it key, but it's an interesting new provision for 2025. So diving right in here. Let's go here. Standard deduction. That is moving up to $30,000 if you're married, was $29,200. I like that we have a nice even number this year. 30 grand. First 30 grand you make, basically tax-free there if you're married. So if you're single, cut it in half, 15 grand even. Again, love to have the even numbers. That almost never happens on these charts. If you are over 65 and married, for each person that's over 65, you can add an additional $1,600 to that. Was $1,550 per person last year, going up to $1,600 per person this year. If you're single, it would be $2,000 that you're adding to that deduction. Was $1,950 last year. IRA contribution limits, interestingly enough, are going to be the same. So $7,000 per person in 2025 is what you can contribute. If you're over 50, then you add another $10,000, or not 10,000, an additional $1,000 to make it an $8 grand total that you can contribute to either the traditional or Roth IRAs. Next up, the qualified employer sponsored plans. So these are your 401ks, 403bs, and the whole alphabet soup. Last year, the base limit was $23,000 that you could contribute between pre-tax and Roth to those plans, and that's going up to $23,500. The catch-up, if you're over 50, is still $7,500. So the total limit, the max, if you're under 50, is $23,500. If you're over 50 this year, you can contribute up to $31,000 to a plan like that. The interesting provision I may have alluded to earlier in the video here is that if you're going to be 60, 61, 62, or 63 in 2025, the catch-up is not $7,500 this year for you. It's actually $11,250. I believe that was part of the Secure Act 2.0. I could be wrong on that. But that takes place this year. It's the first year that that's available. It's an added limit for those people that feel like they're behind on the retirement savings and really want to shovel some money in. Obviously, that's going to boost up your total maximum that you can contribute as well. So you get an additional $3,750 on top of that $31,000 that you can contribute. So you can really put some cash away. Next up, SEP contribution limits are going up to $70,000. You can contribute to a plan like that instead of $69,000 from 2024, still with that same 25% max of your comp. Simple IRAs also get to share in that new provision. The old limit to a simple IRA was $16,000. It's moving up to $16,500. The catch-up limit is still $3,500. So that is moving up basically from $19,500 if you're over age 50 to an even keel 20 grand that you can put in there. That new provision, though, if you're 60, 61, 62, or 63, the catch-up is not $3,500. It's $5,250. If you're going to be those ages this year. So again, just a little bit of a nudge. One of the key things that we talk about to a lot of folks that are trying to minimize taxes is the top end of the 12% bracket. So if you add in what they show in the bracket plus your standard deduction, how much money can I really make before I get into the 22% tax bracket instead of the 12%? So that is moving up this year as well. Obviously, all the brackets got a little bit of an adjustment. So the top end of the 12% bracket is, if you're under 65 and married, is $124,300. If you are over 65, you get those additional standard deductions. It's $127,500 Hopefully they'll flash the numbers here on the screen. If you're single, then the top end of the 12% bracket is going to be $63,475. And again, if you're over 65, you get a little bit of a boost, 2,000 extra, so it'd be 65,475 that you can make this year and stay in the 12% bracket. So if you have any questions at all, or you can let us know. There should be one of these attached to the email when we send it. If you're watching this on one of our social medias, reach out to us. Happy to send them to you. Hope all is well. Talk to you next time.